Today we're going to look at a multiplicative comparison problem that really stumps students at the beginning until they start to have a better understanding of how to solve these kind of problems. So let's take a look at this one. This problem says Mike hit 8 times as many home runs as Joe. Together, they hit a total of 45 home runs. How many home runs did Mike hit? How many fewer home runs did Joe hit? Now, students' first reaction is to be what we call number pickers, and they pull out the 8 and the 45 and they say, okay, I need to add them, subtract them, multiply them, or divide them. Well, none of those will work in this kind of problem, so we've got to have another strategy for figuring out multiplicative comparison problems. So one thing that we are doing in class is we are using what we call a bar model. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write down the clues. So we know that there's a Mike and a Joe, and we know that Joe hit some home runs, but we don't know how many, so we're just going to have one square. We know that Mike hit 8 times as many, so we're going to draw 8 times, so 8 boxes, because he had 8 times more than Joe. Then it says together they hit a total of 45 home runs. So we know that all of these boxes together are going to add up to 45. So actually, we're having to divide the 45 by 9, not by 8. So once we figure out that 45 divided by 9 is 5, we know that 5 will go in each box. So these will all add up to 45. So Mike, since he has 8, and 8 fives equals 40, Mike has 40, and Joe has 5. So let's go back to our next question. We already answered how many did Mike hit. Mike hit 40. How many fewer home runs did Joe hit? Well, if Mike hit 40 and Joe hit 5, 40 minus 5 is 35. Or we can see that this is how many fewer, because they both hit 5. This is how many fewer, which is 35. So using a bar model and writing out the clues in the problem will help students have a better understanding of these kind of problems.